Hello friends, this is Cauldron back with Dragon Age Inquisition, where the worst has happened, and God, we've broken up with Sarah. I'm gonna examine anything. I'm gonna see if there's any commentary. I don't think there are. I don't think there's anything new here. Yeah, okay. I want to talk to her again just to see. Oh God, I feel like ashamed. I feel like I don't even want to talk to her because like I chose some abstract heritage, culture, religion thing over Sarah, and look at her. She's just here in her room full of stolen goods and...
Her gracious lady bit.
It's already, for the Inquisition. Can we still be friends? I think it's too soon for that. Oh, God.
I'll be back if I need you.
Go on.
Not even you will, yeah. Even that's changed. Oh, my God. Okay, let's go talk to more people and hopefully get out of this depressing funk.
Corypheus died, and then he didn't.
Yeah, he transferred.
That's why he always felt wrong, like he didn't fit inside himself. He wears another man's life. I thought dying was forever.
It's got to be especially poignant for Cole.
So did I. Corypheus seems to break a lot of rules.
But is it him? Is he real? If a man can be dead and then not, could I have saved the real Cole?
I really don't know.
I have no idea. I'm sorry. I hardly understand any of this myself.
His hands were bruised from beating on the wall. It was dark, like the cabinet where he hid to escape his father. His belly hurt like knives, throat cracked dry. He was alone. I pushed through and held his hand. It was all I could do. He said, "Thank you." Thank you.
Cole has such a poignant story. I really like what they've done, where they've gone with his arc. I'm not sorry I haven't used him more, just because there's only so much you can do in one playthrough. But I am sorry. No, I'm not sorry, but like, I would love to see more of him. I would love to, if I were playing this. Do they wall this off? No. If they were playing this again, if I were playing this again, I would love to have him in a party more actively. Like involve him in the story more regularly.
He meant to watch forever. He called himself Sorrow.
Mythal, yeah. Or not Mythal, Abelos, I think. Why change the past when you can know? This is like, you know how after a breakup, like everything will start reminding you. I feel like I was in an actual relationship with Sarah, like, and all like I'm getting mournful, like even as this Sarah song plays, because I'm remembering how exhilarating it was to first know that you could romance her, and first know that, like, to first meet her and learn about her character, and now this song takes on such a different. I don't know. It's rough. It's just rough.
Wardens harm their own. And
Most of the charges are still at the Temple of Mythal. I'm Mr. Crazy Fine.
can you think of any other tasks suitable for the Chargers?
Most of our people were at the Temple of Mythal. I've still got a few, though. Men who are recovering from wounds. I can send them around to rattle swords, wave flags, and look a lot larger than they are. It'll mess with enemy estimates of our numbers, and no one thinks Skyhold is undermanned.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank
We'll
you.
talk later.
Inflate Inquisition numbers operation available. Krem, you are always great.
So to kill Corypheus, all we have to do is kill his dragon first?
No problem.
That's easy. We're good at killing shit. Just one more big fight to put this Magister asshole down for good. I knew you'd get us here, boss.
It's been an honor, Bull.
Oh, don't get like that. This isn't goodbye.
It better
We're
not be.
kicking this guy's ass.
I really hope that there's no heroic sacrifice death of Iron Bull. I would be pissed.
Pleasure as always, boss.
Cassandra.
I was hoping we could speak privately.
Are we not?
Right. Of course we are.
She seems so awkward. Is this about the Popehood? The Divinitude?
With me. I've noticed it. Unless it is my imagination. Which
Oh,
isn't entirely
God.
possible.
Is there any possibility of romance with Cassandra? I forgot that you can actually... I wasn't even thinking about rebound relationships. Oh my God. You know what? No, I'm not going to go for a second relationship here. I think this is going to be where it ends for me. Maybe if there's like, and let me know, I guess, if the DLCs have new romanceable characters, if that's something there, like then maybe, but like, oh God, I don't want to say I meant nothing by it because that sounds just so nasty, but I wasn't thinking about it with Cassandra, and this is probably honest.
Flirting?
The remarks when you look at me and...
I honestly meant nothing by it.
When you look at me and I completely misread the situation.
I'm so sorry.
Carry on, Inquisitor.
I am oh God, this is like make Cauldron feel terrible about himself and his decisions, the episode. Oh, Christ. What's next is... Oh my God, I don't know what's next. How can it go... How can it keep getting worse? I'm sure it can. I'm sure it can.
Victory in the Arbor Wilds. The Archdemon might have been a real threat to our army, but it flew off once we turned the tide. It is still out there, however. I wonder what Corypheus plans now.
We'll deal with whatever he throws at us.
She said
Do not
heroically.
underestimate Corypheus. He is powerful, and you have yet to fight him one-on-one. But he will come. You will get your chance.
If he tries, he'll regret it.
Yeah.
I believe you. Not long ago, this was impossible to imagine. You, a valued friend, victory close at hand. The time has come to consider what will come next.
I have plans, and you're not not the divine in those plans, but let's just say don't jinx it for now.
We still have to beat Corypheus.
I have not forgotten. Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked and do not falter. You have come far, my friend. It has been an honor.
I almost forgot how far we've come. Like, I almost forgot like how long ago it was that when we started this game we were like her prisoner. We were full on Varric mode. No longer.
Corypheus is able to possess Grey Wardens, or so I hear. Perhaps it's a good thing I'm not a real warden.
We would have left you behind.
It's a blessing. Warden or not, I'd hate to be on the other side of your blade.
Going up against a darkspawn, and the last thing you want is a Grey Warden. Funny how these things happen.
Is there anything you actually know about the Wardens? Or did you make it all up?
I made very little up. I also feared you knew enough to contradict me. Warden Blackwall told me
That's
a bit
fair.
before my initiation, but it is a secretive order. Not even the most senior wardens know all there is to know.
Now we know why you were never worried about Corypheus's calling.
Yes. I have none of the Warden's abilities and none of the drawbacks. Still, I would have fought through the darkest pits of the deep roads like any true Warden. There's more to it than being able to sense darkspawn. Warden Blackwall would have agreed.
Yeah, I believe it.
The Wardens at Adamant listened to you. They saw you as one of their own.
Perhaps it takes an outsider to show how much of yourself you've lost. I never understood the reality of being a Warden. I only saw the ideal. I suppose I reminded them of something they'd forgotten.
You don't know what Warden Blackwall would have believed.
No, I didn't mean
Neither
that.
do you. But I know he
That's
was a
not what
good
I meant.
man.
Why did Blackwall want to recruit you?
He never told me. I don't know what he saw that day besides some wreck starting a bar fight. That night, I taught some village militia a painful lesson about harassing the tavern girl. Didn't know I had an audience.
Yeah, I don't think it's just fighting capabilities.
I can see why the Warden was impressed.
You're assuming my intentions were noble.
Oh, you probably could have been trying to impress the tavern
Told the
girl.
girl to keep the wine coming. She couldn't, not with those louts bothering her.
Oh, more practical.
Something had to be done.
We'll continue this another time.
Okay. Anything over here, by the way? Is the Quizmaster over here? No, Quizmaster's gone. Lorinil.
This is amazing. Convincing the keeper took work, but I'm
Oh,
so
this
glad
guy.
you managed.
Yeah, welcome to the fold, friend. It's probably weird for him being away from that setting.
So, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around this.
You and me both.
We went to an ancient rune where you consumed a pool of elfiness, and then walked through a mirror, and wound up back here. Have I mentioned that the shit that happens to you is crazy? I don't want to think about this anymore. You want to discuss something normal?
I think you've already told me about Bianca, but
Tell me more about Bianca.
I'm not making any promises here. Ask.
I think I've already asked all this.
How do you know Bianca? The lady,
No, I think I've asked all
not the
this.
crossbow.
I met her.
Another time, Varric.
Yeah, I think we did all that. Oh, hello, Solus.
Why did you do it? I warned you not to.
Solus.
You
Why is
gave
he
yourself
pissed?
into the service of an ancient elven god.
Yeah, why does he like? I almost thought he would have been happy about that, like that we're continuing some really specific heritage.
What does that mean exactly?
You are Mythal's creature now. Everything you do, whether you know it or not, will be for her. You have given up a part of yourself.
Yeah, why is it so upset him?
You don't even believe in the ancient elven gods.
I don't believe they were gods, no, but I believe that they existed.
Oh,
Something
okay.
existed to start the legends. If not gods, then mages. Or spirits. Or something we've never seen. And you are bound to one of them now. I suppose it is better you have the power than Corypheus. Which leads to the next logical question. What will you do with the power of the well once Corypheus is dead?
One thing at a time, rely on those I trust, restore what was. I mean, I think it's this one. It's restore. I mean, I think your goal is to kind of rejuvenate the elves, revitalize the elves. I mean, so much of what you've seen in in the Exalted Plains and the Emerald Graves. I mean, it's got, and even the Temple of Mythal has got to make you want to use what power you can to restore some of that.
I'll use whatever power I have to...
You would put things back the way they were before?
Yes. I mean, not exactly.
To some parts of it.
I know what you mean. Thank you.
For what?
You have not been what I expected, Inquisitor. You have impressed me. You honor the past and work to recover what was lost, even if the cost is high.
Ah, Sarah.
I respect that. And I am indebted to you for the reminder. Forgive my melancholy. Corypheus has cost us much. The Temple of Mythal did not deserve such a fate. The orb he carries, and its stolen power, that at least we may still recover. With luck, some of the past may yet survive.
Yeah, I mean, he's...
You planning to leave before we take down the bad
Not
guy?
before, but I mean after.
No, but there may not be a later. It seemed wise to say my goodbyes now.
That's fair.
Inquisitor, Do you have a moment?
Oh god, is this another romance thing? Again, like it's...
What were you like before the anchor? Has it affected you? Changed you in any way? Your mind? Your morals? Your spirit?
I was going to say yeah. I was looking to say yes, like... I mean, because it has to have changed you.
If it had, do you really think I'd have noticed?
No. That's an excellent point.
Why do you ask?
You show a wisdom I have not seen since my deepest journeys into the ancient memories of the Fade. You are not what I expected.
What have I done that's so surprising?
You have shown subtlety in your actions. A wisdom that goes against everything I expected. If the Dalish could raise someone with a spirit like yours, have I misjudged them?
Yes.
I don't hold the Dalish up as perfect. But we have something worth honoring. A memory of the ancient ways.
Perhaps that is it. I suppose it must be. Most people act with so little understanding of the world. But not you.
So what does this mean, Solus?
It means that I respect you deeply, Inquisitor. And I have disturbed you enough for one evening.
Yeah, he's taken the events of the Temple of Mythal, not exactly opposite to Sarah, because he was pissed at first, but he's certainly taken it differently. Oh, we're in our quarters. Yeah, that had to have been like a prelude to a possible romance situation. And I'm not like opposed to it. I'm like Solus, if anyone, probably he's the closest match for Alana, but like I don't know. I really don't want to dive into anything like that in this playthrough. I think I want the story of this playthrough to end in terms of the relationship, romance relationship wise. I think I want it to end with the breakup between Alana and Sarah, rather than some happier ending. I don't know. Let's see, any follow-up from that?
We're marching soon.
Where are you? There you are. Oh yeah, I meant to check. Is there any new art here? Maybe these are the sentinels, the elven guardians of the temple. Maybe. And there's only one more panel left undone.
Though all before me is shadow, yet shall the Maker be my guide. I shall not be left to wander the drifting roads of the beyond. For there is no darkness in the Maker's light, and nothing that he has wrought shall be lost.
A prayer for you?
For those we have lost, and those I am afraid to lose.
I'm glad you haven't lost your faith.
I've questioned it at times, but I found comfort in faith when life offered little. Corypheus will retaliate. It's only a matter of time. We must draw strength wherever we can.
Peace of mind, maybe. It never ends, does it? We must be prepared.
For moments like this, perhaps.
There are fewer of those lately.
There's time now.
Though, yeah, again, I can still respect Andraste without doubt, even if I'm on Team Mythal now.
I do not like having that mirror, Illuvian, in Skyhold. Corypheus may not be able to travel through it, but what if something else can?
Morgan's our expert on the Illuvian. If you're worried, why don't you ask her?
I did.
And?
She said I was unreasonable, then offered to explain how the Illuvian works using words with less than 4 syllables.
Oh, bless Morgan.
Ah.
The Circle had a library. I'm fairly well read.
Right.
I'm not unreasonable.
He's so annoyed.
That's all for now.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
Oh god, Morgan would love needling him. He's probably like reminds her of Alistair a bit. He's less upbeat, but he's less like jolly and jokey, but has the same kind of goofus quality that Alistair has. Like he has the same straight man potential that Alistair can have at times.
What happened at the Elven Temple? It's got me thinking. I should go back, shouldn't I? To Tevinter. Once this is done.
Not necessarily.
Still alive.
I mean, up to you, but don't feel like you're obligated to do that.
Talk of how terribly wrong things are back home. But what do I do about it? Nothing.
How does this relate to the Elven Temple?
You encountered ancient elves. A piece of history. Something the Imperium didn't destroy.
Right.
Maybe my people can atone for what we've done. There is something still left to restore. Maybe not all of us want to, but that could be altered. If you can change minds, so can I.
Someone with your impeccable taste could transform Tevinter.
I hope you're right. You usually are. It might surprise you to know that you're the one who inspired me.
Aww.
You're shaping the world, for good or ill. How could I aspire to do any less? If it means proving that Tevinter can be better, that there's hope even for my homeland, I would do anything.
It's rare to see him so sincere.
Something you need?
And I like it.
You know where I'll be.
How are you strange person?
Cat talk, I found an inappropriately shelved tome this morning, and I have to figure out how it got there. I hope the spy master doesn't have me flogged.
I'm especially excited about promoting Leliana to Divine after hearing that. If that's in my power. Where is she? Oh, there she is.
I was pondering who might be Divine, and it suddenly occurred to me. Is it so ridiculous for the Grand Clerics to support me? Why shouldn't they?
Support Leliana as the new Divine. What would you do as Divine? I'm hesitant because I want to say I support her. I hope this is like an investigation thing.
If you were Divine, what would you do?
Change things. Change everything. No more circles. The mages will be free. The Chantry will accept them as the Maker's children. In fact, it will accept everyone. Elves, dwarves, even Canary. Why exclude them? The Chantry allows our differences to tear us apart, instead of teaching us how we are the same.
I think you would make a good Divine.
There you go.
I am glad to hear it. Your support may persuade the Grand Clerics to vote in my favor. Justinia wanted the Chantry to grow, but her reforms never took root. She was held back by tradition and was too gentle to force change. I will make that mistake.
You will not be too gentle. Getting blown up didn't help? Yeah, I mean... You can't force change, but you can certainly help push it through.
You never know. Justinia might have succeeded if she hadn't been caught in a giant blast of magic.
I won't make that mistake either.
Yeah, I believe you on
Justinia
that too.
thought the circles needed to change. But why stop there? The Chantry alienated potential allies by brutalizing elves and belittling dwarves. If we could bring them into the fold, wouldn't we have peace? There are those who would cling to the old ways, of course. But they will see. I would make them see. But I've rambled on too long. I am not divine. Yet.
I am excited for, like, Iron Fist Liliana Divine.
So if we kill Corypheus, he has the power to move from one tainted creature into another? What we will learn next? That he can command the sun to rise or the seas to burn?
Can we prepare for flaming seas? Maybe collect all the snow from the frostbacks just in case.
I'll see what I can do. I have researchers scouring the Temple of Mythal as we speak. I hope that their search turns up something we can use. Ancient magic, perhaps. Something even Corypheus missed. Anything to give us an edge.
Anything I should know?
It's been a long road, but we're nearing the end. With Samson gone, the Red Templars are scrambling.
I'll leave you to your work.
Yeah, I think she's going to make... She's probably not the safe... She's absolutely not the safe choice for Divine. I think that would be Cassandra. But she's the interesting choice for Divine. Hello, Vivian.
It's been quite the momentous day, hasn't it, my dear? How do you feel? It's not every day one absorbs ancient elven magic.
Yeah, she would be interested in this.
I've never felt better. I feel ready to take on Corypheus.
Glad to hear it, my dear. No doubt there will be side effects later, but one thing at a time. The pieces are nearly in place. We'll soon strike against Corypheus directly. You've done well. I will be proud to fight alongside you when the time comes.
Oh, thanks.
My dear, did you need me for something?
No, I think we're good. Yeah, that... I'm really curious how that Agent of Mythal, how, like, now I am Mythal's, how that's going to play out in the long run. If that's just going to be, like, an epilogue note. By the way, the Inquisitor burned because she gave herself to Mythal, or if it's going to be, like, factor into the story. It can't factor into the story too much into, like, the DLCs, because, I mean, this is an option, and it was an option that was probably not the canon option. It took a lot of push. It was a lot of pushback against being the person who drunk it. Like, I'm pretty sure that Morrigan drinking it was the canon option. Bring Samson to Skyhold for judgment. Inquisitor Llewellyn, we have secured Samson in the holding pens, your worship. He has not said much. We'll bring out the villain for judgment at your pleasure. Jailer Blythe. I think that's... Ooh, something else here. Oh, that's right, Krem. Inflate Inquisition numbers. Inquisitor, with most of our forces still returning from the Temple of Mythal, it's important that our enemy not suspect the weakness of our current state. I can take some of the charges on patrol and Inquisition uniforms and create enough of a disturbance to give enemy scouts the impression of a much larger Inquisition force. Lieutenant Grimicius Aclasi. Liliana, my scouts have done similar work. They may even be able to ambush enemy forces. Cullen, it's a good idea. We don't have the manpower to do much more at the moment. I'm going to go with Liliana. I think she'd be better at helping to shepherd this sort of stuff. I mean, it's deception. It's spycraft, and that's her more than Cullen. One last person I want to talk to before the judgment of Samson. And I fear that she's going to be pissed at me too.
I understand you were off to summon Mythal, of all things.
Do the mysterious voices of the well tell you what she, in fact, might prove to be?
She's a goddess.
And what is that, exactly? I suggest you prepare yourself, Inquisitor. It will no doubt be most interesting.
Yeah,
I'll leave you to the garden.
So there's this... This is something we've seen 3 times. Probably more than that, but 3 I remember. Morgan says it right now. Okay, she's a goddess. What does that mean? Sola said, I don't believe that they're gods or goddesses, or, you know, that's just a name we call these strange and powerful beings, but they're not necessarily holy or anything. And even the Temple of Mythal's lore bit, the note about one of the, I can't remember which god it was, but it said, like, the Pantheon found this person, she was doing X, Y, and Z, and she was exceptionally strong, so they're like, why not be a god? And so she was accepted like it was a member of a club rather than like empowered to do something. So yeah, Mythal, I'm very curious about what Mythal will end up being, what her role will be.
Give me, Inquisitor. For personal interest, I have relieved Josephine, as you might expect. Knight Templar Samson, general to Corypheus, traitor to the Order. The blood on his hands cannot be measured.
He was not repentant.
His head is too valuable to take. Kirkwall, Orlais, many would see him suffer. I can't say I'm not one of them.
Judging him will affect as many as his crimes. I won't take it lightly.
The Red Lyrium will steal your vengeance. You know what it does. Corypheus only delayed my corruption.
Are you still loyal to that thing? He poisoned the Order, used them to kill thousands.
Templars have always been used. How many were left to rot like I was, after the Chantry burned away their minds? Piss on it. I followed him, so Templars could at least die at their best. Same lie
This
as
was
the
their best?
Chantry. The profit just isn't as pretty.
I found your people. They believed in you. Believed your cause was righteous.
Not your business, Inquisitor.
Your friend Maddox was so loyal, he killed himself. For you.
They were always going to die. I saw what Corypheus was doing. So yes, I fed them hope instead of despair. I made them believe their pain had purpose. Just like the Chantry does. Right, Commander? It ended as well as anything else I've done. Corypheus would kill me on sight. I'll tell your people what they want. Everything I cared about is destroyed.
Shove this coward in a hole. Dagna will study your powers. Exile him to wilderness. Cullen will question you. Let Kirkwall have you. I don't want to exile him to wilderness. I think he's way too dangerous to leave out in the open. Shove this coward in a hole. I'm surprised execution isn't one of these options. I'm glad, like, I wouldn't have picked it, but I'm surprised it's not an option. I don't know if Dagna stayed, because that makes him, like, cooperative, and I don't trust him with that either. I really don't. Like, I don't think anything bad would happen to be in game, but, like, in the canon of the story, I wouldn't trust him. And I don't know why Kirkwall would have him. Like, I don't remember what he did to Kirkwall specifically. Yeah, let's just have Cullen. You know, Cullen seems... Gotta worry about Cullen, but okay.
Very well. Samson, you will spend your remaining years serving the Inquisition. Cullen will be your handler. Perhaps he can get something useful out of you.
I doubt the Commander believes there's anything worthy left in me.
You're not wrong, but you served something greater than yourself once. Perhaps you can be made to remember that.
That's not what I meant by that. I thought he was going to have... Cullen was going to get, like, a swinging light bulb, and like, I thought that was going to be a time of imprisonment. I didn't expect it to be, like, service. Okay. Probably better, and I mean, Dagna's great and all, but I feel like he would probably get the better of her. Like, I feel like he's wily. Okay, so that's going to be it for me for now. Next time, well, that's kind of up to y'all. Two real choices. Do I go to the Hissing Wastes, or do I go to this, the final piece, or do I go to the Hissing Wastes? I really, as long as I get to do the Hissing Wastes eventually, I don't really care. Yeah, just kind of up to you. Let me know what you prefer or think. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.